Hi, Genki Call here with your Soulforge offerings for the week of June 13th, 2022. We've got some interesting stuff this week. I'll show you. So that is the right place. Okay, hold on. Let me double check. I forgot to look at this before I started. I'm looking for Centurion. Merilith is in here. If you're desperate for her, you can try your luck, but is it worth the 50 garnets? That is up to you. Um, if you desperately want her, but when you're lower level, those jewels are kind of hard to come by. But you can just click this link or this button right here with the diamond looking thing and see how many gems you have and whether or not you want to use those gems. Ah, and then for Brown, I'm checking because I'm looking for Centurion because I have seen him show up here before. Centurion uses red and brown, so those are the two colors that you would choose because they're always going to use the colors that you see, one of the colors. So anyway, let's see. So for legendaries, we have the Behemoth, which is, okay. Oh my gosh. Two of the imps are in here. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's do Behemoth real quickly. Damage to all enemies and destroy 12 gems, just random gems. So he's not a bad mana generator. He does do damage to all enemies, which makes him useful in delves because of the boost that you get from your horde. And he gains 10 life on 4+ gem matches. He's also impervious, he can't be devoured or have any status effects put on him except for curse, which then removes this and then he can be devoured. But anyway, yeah, so would I recommend crafting him? No, I would not. It's okay if you get him just naturally, but I wouldn't go out of the way to get this troop unless you desperately need him to get your Pride Lance power level up, in which case that would be up to you whether it's worth 800 diamonds. That is a lot. These two imps, actually, none of these legendaries are worth the 800 diamonds in my opinion, but the imps are seasonal. They only come around at a certain time of year. You won't see the Imp of Love again, except possibly in the Soulforge until around February. Because, he's the Imp of Love. So he does scatter damage, charms a random enemy. He does what he says he does. He's okay. The thing is about the imps that they gain 8 magic on the gem match for the color that they use. And that can be amazing if you are running with a team that uses a lot of one color. This could be good. This could work great. So every 8 magic is another 8 scatter damage. But it's scatter damage. And really, in my opinion, the only one that's really, really useful is the Winter Imp because it does true scatter damage and you pair it with Shabanu Vespera and it's just a crazy amount of damage that it does. But you have to use Shabanu to the best of her ability. You need to use purple, yellow, or blue. And this uses none of those. The Spring Imp uses green, I believe. Yes, it does. Of course, this will maybe be in the drop table right now, or it hasn't changed to summer. I'm not sure. Scatter damage, entangle all enemies. So actually, she could be very useful with Tannenbaum. And if an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. Also, the 8 magic from green gem matches. So actually, I hadn't thought about it. She could be good with Tannenbaum, who does triple skull damage to entangled enemies. And Ursula. The only notable thing about Ursula, she's another one that does scatter damage. That seems to be a theme this week. Boosted by enraged allies, she does enrage all allies and gives them a little extra attack. But all Ursula allies start with 50% mana. Now, I don't generally run with a pure Ursula team. I just don't love the Ursula allies enough to do that. But she is significant for that reason, for the 50% mana start. So, moving on to the mythics. So these are always here, these 3. All right, and so are these two. So Jotnar is not worth spending 4,000 diamonds on, in my opinion. He does true damage to one enemy, boosted by barriered allies and giant allies, times 7. So he can do a significant amount of true damage if you're running with um, an all giant team that are all barriered, and he does give a random ally a barrier on 4 plus gem matches. So he's significant for that reason, but there are other troops that do that, like, what's his name? I can see his face. He looks like a bishop, and I can't remember his name, sorry. He does that as well. But anyway, yeah, he's not considered to be an awesome troop, an awesome mythic. 4,000 diamonds, unless you're desperate for a mythic for power level in Stormheim, I wouldn't say so. Ketras the Bull is considered to be not not meta anymore. He used to be apparently, but he does splash damage, and that means he can hit at most 3 enemies. And it is boosted by his attack, life, and armor, which will add to this quite a bit. And he does get extra attack, armor, and life when matching red gems. You put him on a team with ferocity, and that makes him even better because he's getting bonus stats from ferocity as well. And I haven't used him enough. I crafted him for my power level at Wild Plains. Happy to have him. I just haven't used him much yet, so I can't give much more information on him. Always here, always here, always here. 2 more. Huanglong. I will put my mythic spotlight at the end of this video. Because I have done one on him. He does damage to all enemies. It doesn't look like much, but you put him in a delve environment and it's nicely increased. And there are individual 50% chances to gain attack, gain an extra turn, and gain barrier, enchanted, or blessed. So those are 3 different things that you could get in addition to the damage. The last thing is barrier, enchanted, or blessed. The rest are 2 different things. So he has skull damage reduction by 70%, which makes him great to run at the front of the team and gives 3 magic to all dragon allies when matching 4 plus gems. So you run him with Venoxia, you run him with, well, you could run him with Essentia to get a 50% mana start for your dragons. There are a few teams I put together with him. You'll see on the Mythic Spotlight if you're interested. I like this troop. I like it in Delves specifically, but I wouldn't pay that many diamonds for him myself. It's entirely up to your goals in the game and what you want, not what I'm recommending. I'm just giving you the information and so that you will make an informed decision. So you can make an informed decision. As for Fountain of Stars, it's a mana converter with skulls. So convert 5 green gems to purple potions. So if you have a lot of purple on the board, this might hit with this part, and all brown gems to skulls. Plus, it cleanses all Fey allies. Why just Fey? I don't know. I'd rather it just cleansed all allies personally, but it does have a 15% chance to bless all allies when my turn begins, which it also works as a cleanse. So, and has skull damage by 50% as well. So, that is it for the troops. Now we move on to weapons, and there are a couple of interesting things in here of note. One is, always here, always here. Ooh, 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 I didn't realize this was here. Oh, I've been wanting this so badly. Ah, I need this weapon. I've been needing this weapon. Ah, I'm happy to get this. Okay. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by undead allies, then create a mix of 6 blue and purple gems for each undead ally. This is something I've been wanting. There have been some teams that have been shared with me that use this weapon that I really wanted to try. So for me, this is a must craft. I have to have all weapons anyway, so that I don't get weapon blocked. So definitely crafting that. That is something I need to have. The Doomed Helm, now I would not recommend that. That is 900 diamonds for something that's, yeah, it gives you life. And 5 mana to all other allies. Just, And it gives 2 magic to all allies for each red enemy. So a max of 8 magic. It's okay, but there are so many better red doomed. I mean, if you're going to get a red doomed, um, get the doomed crossbow, the skull spammer. It's better, I would say, for that personally. But there's another doom here, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Scythe of Qatar. This is one of those 75 diamond ones. Nice and cheap if you need a weapon for Qatar. Remove all purple gems, so you can deny those purple gems to your enemy. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by the gems removed. If the enemy is from Qatar, or if the battle is in Qatar, deal double damage. I love that they added that extra part there, or if the battle's in Qatar, like that. And then that is not what I'm looking for. Sorry. That was my class I was just looking at there. So, Scythe of Qatar must craft. Only 75 diamonds, which is very helpful for me. Let's get to some of this other stuff here. I know there are a couple of things here that are noteworthy. So, let's see. Withering Touch. I don't know what this is. Steal life from the first enemy and drain all mana from them. Why haven't I ever used this? This could be useful. Huh. All right. And then we have the Bone Shield. Damage to an enemy boosted by Qatar allies. So not the undead. The Dead Gauntlet is more useful in my opinion because it's just undead allies. This is specific to Qatar. Create a mix of 6 purple and brown gems for each Qatar ally. Purple and brown is very prevalent in Qatar, so that would be useful if you're doing a Qatar team. These are not part of it. Those are always here, always here, always here. Dump, dump, dump. Doomed Tome. Oh, a tome. If you don't have this, and you love Guild Wars, and you love winning on your defense team with with Guild Wars, these are meta right now. So the Doomed Tomes, if you put them on defense, they are incredibly dangerous to you if you're fighting them on a Guild Wars day. However, for them to be the most useful they can be, you need to have them tempered, and that means basically leveling them up with Forge Scrolls, and you know from just having done a Tower of Doom how very difficult it is to get the darned Forge Scrolls. You can see mine is not leveled at all because I just don't have the blue Forge Scrolls for it. All right, I just crafted that and that. Duskbringer is not here. Scarab Blade. Oh, Scarab Blade. Scarab Blade. If you did not get this during the invasion event when it came out, I do recommend it. There, you may have other priorities for your diamonds, but if you can afford it, if you can spare the diamonds, and you like this kind of weapon, I definitely recommend it. It is an explodey weapon that uses blue and brown. There aren't very many of those. It explodes purple gems, grants a random status effect to undead allies, and summons an undead troop. I love this kind of weapon. It's my favorite kind of weapon in the game. And so, of course, I personally would recommend it for those reasons. But, if this isn't your thing, of course, don't craft it. But I do recommend it if you like this kind of thing. So, considering the fact that we don't have many that use these 2 colors, I would definitely recommend it. But that's me. Anyway, that is it for your Soulforge video. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!